The whole week leading up to this movie, I was so emotional, and I thought I wasn't going to be emotional until I ended up going to see the movie on Friday night, and then this bad boy came in the mail, and I started to cry. Logan is directed by James Mangold. This is the newest film in the X-Men franchise, and this is supposedly the last time we're going to see Hugh Jackman portray Wolverine after 17 long years. In this film, this takes place in the post-world of 2029. There aren't a lot of mutants around anymore. Most of them are gone, and we have a few left, mainly Logan and Professor X, played by Hugh Jackman, and Patrick Stewart. They're basically living in a remote location, isolated from everybody. They're trying to make money so that they can live. They're old. They don't care anymore. They curse. They can't even take life anymore. But then one day, this girl comes along named Laura. She's immune herself, but she has powers related to one of these two people, and they're basically like, this is the last hope for mutants, and they basically have to do everything they can to protect her, and that is it. This movie was something that I was so excited to watch because I've come to appreciate the X-Men franchise since 2011 when First Class came out in the theater, and then we had the Wolverine come out directed by James Mangold, and that was a really, really excellent film up until the third act where it got really cheesy, but I still thought to myself, that was a good movie. Days of Future Past was incredible. I was so blown away by the character, studied that movie, and also the time travel elements, and the combination of the new and old X-Men, so that was really good. And then last year we had Apocalypse, and I know a lot of people were kind of divisive on it. I personally really liked it. I don't think it was the greatest movie ever, but I really enjoyed it. And also we had Deadpool last year, and that changed the game for superhero movies because that was like the first big Marvel R-rated superhero movie in forever, and now we have an R-rated Wolverine movie, which was also another reason why I was excited for it. The trailers looked wonderful. The commercials showed like grittiness and darkness and depression and everything, and I was so hyped up, and I gotta tell you, this movie blew me away. Logan's not only the best X-Men movie we've ever gotten, not only is it one of the best superhero movies we've ever gotten, it's the best superhero movie of the decade so far, and it's this decade's Dark Knight, and I'm going to go on by saying that this might be the best superhero movie I've ever seen. Logan was phenomenal. I was really blown away by this movie. This movie crushed me in so many different ways. I mean, this movie really, really broke me. And I saw it with my two friends. Like, we went late Friday night. We saw it in IMAX. And by the way, go see this in IMAX. I just got started by saying go see this in IMAX because it's worth the extra, like, $5 to $6. It's so worth it, guys. I'm telling you that right now. The thing that I loved the most about Logan was that this is a drama, and that's what James Mangold was trying to do with this movie. Logan is broken. He is depressed. He is tired. He is a drunk. He can't take life anymore. It's heartbreaking when you watch the movie. Same goes for Xavier. Xavier has his problems, and it's really, really depressing, but it feels so real, and it feels more grounded than any other X-Men film ever made. And Mangold, his vision was perfect. I love the way he directed this movie. This is probably my favorite thing he's directed, tied with Walk the Line, and I hope that he continues doing stuff in the X-Men franchise, but I gotta tell you that he sent off this character really, really well. The action and violence is brutal. This is an extremely brutal movie. Some people were telling me last night after I saw the movie that Deadpool is more violent. No. And the action sequences and the violence are handled very, very well. I was having a blast watching. My jaw was dropping. I think I screamed at one point. I was really just like, wow, with the violence. Hugh Jackman in this movie is really marvelous. He has always been great as this character. I mean, you could even agree that in Origins, a really mediocre X-Men movie, he was good in it. And he's been good in all these films. He's been in 9 X-Men movies, and that's insane. He has played this character now for almost 20 years. He deserves an Academy Award nomination for this. There are so many scenes in this movie that you watch, and you're like, you know, if Hugh Jackman gets nominated for an Oscar for this movie, that could be the scene. Oh, wait, no, that could be the scene. Oh, no, that could be the scene. It was hard watching him as Logan because, you know, he's so tired and old, and it broke my heart. He was so fantastic in this movie that this is his best performance. His performance in this movie is his best performance tied with Prisoners. And I really would love if he gets an Oscar nomination for this movie. It's so early in the year. I'm sure we're going to get so many great performances throughout the year. But this is one that you should not overlook. Patrick Stewart. Oh my God. I want him to win the supporting actor Oscar. Like, hell, if you don't nominate him, like, I can understand if you don't nominate Hugh Jackman, but Patrick Stewart? You gotta nominate him. He should have been nominated last year for Green Room. He should be nominated for this. He's always been great as Charles Xavier, but in this movie, he's different. He's a different Charles Xavier. He's old. He's losing his memory. It's insane. It's crazy. I loved him in this movie. And the little girl that plays Laura, she was fantastic. Her chemistry with Jackman and Stewart, particularly Jackman, was wonderful. I cannot wait to see her in whatever else she does next. The cinematography is beautiful. There's a lot of long takes when it comes to the action, but it's really beautiful. If you're a cinematographer, you're going to piss your pants while watching this because this is a gorgeous looking movie. I love the score in this movie. It has like a horror-like score to it, and it's weird because it's a superhero movie, and you would think, da 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 da, like it would have an energetic, happy score. This is a depressing score, and it's really, really insane. Now, a lot of people may complain about the second act of the movie. I thought the second act was great. I appreciate how it went slow because it was taking its time to build a relationship between Logan and Laura, like a great bond between them. And, you know, it was taking a break from the action and violence. Like, it felt real. And I love the first and third act. The first and third act are fantastic. The third act is one of the best third acts I've seen in any superhero movie ever. So, with that being said, Logan was just great, and this was a very satisfying end to the character of Wolverine. I was very satisfied when the movie ended. I was clapping. The whole theater was clapping. We all loved it. We all had a great time. Logan is just a great example of a superhero movie done right. This is the Dark Knight of this decade. The performances, the action, and the cinematography carry this movie. James Mangold's direction is superb. This guy did a really good job setting up the character of Wolverine that Hugh Jackman has played for 17 years. And I'm going to miss him playing this character, but you know what? Logan was just incredibly satisfying. I have no qualms with this movie at all. I'm going to give it the very first A+ of 2017. Guys, tell me what you thought of Logan. If you saw it, what did you think of Hugh Jackman portraying this character as well as Patrick Stewart playing Charles Xavier? Thank you guys so much for watching this review, and I'll see you guys soon.